Hi, I'm Jan, creator of Foppies France on YouTube.
And I'm Sharon, guardian of 2 cats and 2 chickens.
Welcome to our podcast. What did I come in here for?
We're here to share with you our lives, loves, musings and mutterings.
We are menopause friends living in rural France. We'd like to share with you our lives here, and we'll be exposing ourselves by talking about what we get up to on a daily basis and just being us.
So, food.
Welcome to today's podcast.
First thing I said was food.
The question we've asked ourselves today is, if we could only take 20 items on an island, what would we take? So we're having 2 columns.
Well, I am. You can have what you like.
Well, no, I think we've both got to do the same, haven't we?
Well, I didn't know if I wanted to show my workings out.
Well, okay. Right, well, obviously...
Are we assuming we've got food and water? Or have we
See,
got...
Nave, it's gone deep.
I think we should assume we've got food and water.
Okay. We're assuming we've got food and water then.
Because we could spend the whole 10 items on...
Food. That's true. And you're saying practical on one side.
Well, I started off with practical and fanciful. But I can only think of one practical thing now, if I've already got food and water. Oh, no, I've thought of some more.
I was going to say, everybody's idea of what would be practical could be different as well. So we go, fanciful. It's not a word I use very much, I must admit. I almost had to look it up, because I'm not quite sure what it meant.
Yes.
Right, okay. So, we could write them down as...
Do you know what happens on desert island discs?
No, I don't.
On desert island discs, they put you on an island, and you have to pick, I think it's 8 pieces of music to take with you.
Right.
And that's what they play on the programme. They only play tiny bits because of rights or whatever it is. And then you're allowed, you get given, the complete works of Shakespeare and the Bible.
Right.
Or whatever religious tome you want.
Okay.
And then you're allowed 1 luxury item.
Oh. So, but we're going for... See, I mean, I've just looked it up now. Fanciful, over-imaginative and unrealistic. And then it says highly ornamental or imaginative in design.
Yes. So it was more like your luxury items.
Yeah, well, if I said luxury, I'd
Sorry, just fanciful.
Fanciful. Fanciful stroke luxury. Okay. Now, do we tell everybody as we're thinking of them, or we just...
It's up to you. See, I'm going to get competitive. I don't want you copying my answers.
Well, okay.
I'm going to put my arm round.
Your arm round, like you're covering a paper up so I can't see it.
Oh no, I'll put that on my fanciful. I think that should be on my...
See, Sharon's brain's going to work quicker than mine. I'm not going to be able to think of anything.
Can you hear me scraping my pen?
See, we've gone too quiet for the listeners now.
Yeah, probably not working, is it? Shall I read some of mine out?
Right, what have you got on your start? First thing on your practical.
Well, because you went in hard on me taking my phone with me, because I thought even if there's no internet in this, because I thought post-apocalyptic, I always go apoplectic. I could be both. Then maybe there wouldn't be any electricity. So then I thought solar panels.
Right.
So my first practical item is solar panels. So I can generate electricity.
Okay. So could I come with you and share your solar panel then?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have my own solar panel then.
Are we on the same island on different shores?
Oh.
And then we can meet in the middle on a Friday.
Yeah.
For crafting.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, for crafting Friday on the island. Okay. Okay. So my first one is bedding.
Bedding.
See, I want to be comfortable while I was sleeping. It's practical.
I just think we always assume islands are hot, don't we?
Yeah, but doesn't your pillow and your mattress and that come under bedding or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, okay, so we've said we're going to have 10, but is that 10 in total? 5 of each?
No, 20.
So it's 20 altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one on my practical list is a bucket.
Ah,
Because I
I know where you're coming from.
thought loo,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
And also for collecting water. I think, and also you could use it as a bag as well, couldn't you? Like if you were growing potatoes or something like that.
See, I think you're going to be a lot more practical than me, which is very unlikely.
Well,
Sharon.
yes. In the last lesson, remember what you said in the first video?
Yes.
Which was you with a practical one.
Well, I think practical then I would, thinking on, we've got food, but it's not going to last forever. So I think I should take some seeds for growing.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm going to add that on my list.
So you're
as well.
pinching that as well?
Yeah.
Right, I'm pinching the solar panel as well then. We're not going to share.
Or I could
So we're
charge
sharing.
you to come and use my solar panel. And you can pay me in seeds.
It's an idea.
Currency.
It's an idea.
Currency and trade always works, doesn't it?
Okay. So, because then once we grow it, because obviously it's going to be all this sunshine and that's going to grow really well, isn't it? So then I'll be able to get the seeds from those to grow for the next year.
Yes.
So I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
Like
I'm,
the Martian, isn't it?
I've got a set for food. So
You know what I mean by the Martian?
yes,
He
I do.
grows
And he did potatoes, didn't
in
he?
his own poo.
In
Yeah.
his own poo. Well, I'm not sure we could do that. I suppose if we really couldn't get it to grow in the sand, we'd have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not something we'll be taking it with us. But it's
What, the
inside
poo?
us,
Or the-
yeah.
Yeah.
So that
I
doesn't
don't
really...
think it needs to go on the list.
No, I don't think we need to put that on the list.
Take poo. Don't poo before you go. 'Cause you may need it when you get there.
Right, more practicals.
In fact, cause constipation for the last 5 days before
Oh,
you're
okay.
put on the island.
So then what's the next practical one? Prunes.
Bit of a clear out when you get there.
Yeah. And actually that wouldn't be bad because that'd be quite good to get there, add the prunes, and then we got the seeds to grow more prunes somewhere on the
Yes.
line if they grow.
In fact, you could... No, that's just too graphic.
Oh, okay. So I think, well, so far I'm sleeping okay,
Yeah,
but I'm going to have to take my mobile as well, my mobile phone,
yeah.
which I'm going to charge in your solar panel that you're charging me for. Pardon
Yeah.
the pun.
3 seeds a day.
So now obviously we need to eat. We've got our seeds, we've cooked, so we need something to cook it in.
Yes.
So we've got to take a pan.
A pan.
So does it need to be non-stick or normal, do you think?
Non-stick.
Oh,
You can.
Well, I'm just thinking if we took one that wasn't non-stick and it stuck, we wouldn't have anything to scrub it with. I don't want to waste one of my things being a metal scourer.
Is that on your fanciful list?
Yeah. Right,
One
a pan.
little scourer. So I also had a cup and a spoon.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
that's
you
more
don't
practical.
necessarily need a full canteen of
Could
cutlery.
you take 2 cups so I don't have to have that on mine?
2 cups.
Oh, and because cutlery, how do we eat with our hands? You actually can get away with eating with your hands, can't you? There's a lot of countries that do.
Yes.
So I don't think we're worried about the cutlery.
Maybe with a
And I
poppadom,
wouldn't
though.
want to take... Oh, you could eat with a poppadom.
I didn't mean a
If we could
poppadom.
make one. A naan bread?
Probably a chapati.
A chapati. Yeah. But I'm just thinking,
So now we're going to have to make chapatis.
I
if we
don't
haven't got a
really want
spoon.
to be taking knives on the island in case we fell out.
I could spoon you to death.
Right, okay.
Ah,
More practicals.
well, I'm going to take my medication.
Oh my god, yes. I don't care, I've got to have that one as well.
Well, what if I've, you
But
know,
then, hang on, it's not going to last forever though, is it? What do we do?
take a doctor with us?
That comes under fanciful, the doctor.
Complete pharmacy. Or take a pharmacy in Mary Therese,
Yeah.
who works in our local
Yeah.
pharmacy. So we can be dispensed to on a regular basis.
How would you know about that? You'd end up just dying because you haven't got your
Well.
medication.
Or would we be happier and healthier and have less need?
There is that
chance. But
or it could be a really savaged island.
Yeah,
Not
we could-
savaged, savage
yeah,
island.
but we could also then end up with more stress, in which case we definitely would need pills.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yes, that's a difficult one.
10 years supply.
10 years supply of medication. 10 years, there we go. 10 years.
And I
at
would
least.
include paracetamols in there.
So somewhere along the line we'd need to...
'Cause sooner or later you'd get a toothache and it would be miserable.
Yeah. What's the... Oh, where do,
Some
where
lemon
do
tips.
cloves come from?
Clothes,
Yeah.
not what we're wearing.
No. Cloves, as in a spice?
Yes. 'Cause oil of
Because
cloves
then
is
you
supposed to be good
you're
for your
supposed to put
toothache.
that on your toothache.
Yeah.
So how do you grow them? Where's it from? Could we grow that?
Do you want to Google that?
Yeah. Where do cloves... Oh, they're cloves are the
Sorry.
unopened flower buds of the clove tree.
Oh, it's a tree.
Yeah. Grown in Indonesia and India. So if we actually was on an Indonesian or Indian island, we'd
Which
be okay.
is likely. There's a lot of them,
Yeah.
isn't there, in the Indian Ocean?
And they grow apparently 8 to 12 metres high. There you go.
What, per clove?
No, they're in bunches.
Oh, the
look,
tree.
they're in bunches.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't need many of them. I'm sure we wouldn't get that many
Well, we could
toothache.
grow... I mean, in the olden days, they grew a lot of their own medication, didn't they?
This is true.
I mean,
yeah.
aspirin comes from a plant, does it? I think the
Not
original
sure. I'll look
aspirin
that one
was a
up as
plant.
well. Let's see. Until we're very knowledgeable listeners. Aspirin.
To be honest, could we go in for heroin if we were thinking of things to grow
It
poppies?
comes from Spirea, a biological genus of shrubs that includes natural sources of the drug's key ingredient, salicylic acid.
Yes. Sounds
Pronounce that perfectly.
right. Yeah. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8 on my practical so far.
Oh God, I'm slipping
Or
behind
9 if I have to bring a cup for you as well.
you.
And I wasn't sure.
Can we
Oh,
not
actually,
count
I
that
could-
as one item?
I could be on 10 if I put my phone in the practical, because I did think that was quite fanciful.
Now, what about clothes? They are practical.
The other ones now.
Hmm?
We're on clothes now.
Yeah, the other clothes.
Um,
Vetements. Things you wear.
Things to wear.
So you couldn't really take many, so you'd have to just keep washing it when you had.
It's
See, at the
very
moment,
hot.
I've just had a thought. Am I allowed to share your bucket? Have I got to have my own bucket?
I don't know if I want you sharing my bucket.
So I'd better take a bucket. And I assume we're going to use leaves for wiping. Leaves off the trees.
It's the ones that are good for bums. Is it dock leaves?
Well, they're good for stings. I don't know about
I
bums.
think they're just big leaves.
Right, okay. Well, there might be palms there. We can use palms. So I've got 3 things left for my list. And I
Why?
can't
When I've
think.
got 10. What haven't you got?
Well, I've got trying to think of different things as well, but
Oh, right, okay.
now we don't really need a plate.
Oh,
'cause
we were
can
talking
eat-
about clothes, sorry.
Yeah,
talk
I
about
was just thinking
clothes.
as well about a plate. I just only thought I haven't got. Could use a leaf as a plate, so I don't want to
You
take
could.
a plate.
And you could, I mean, if you took a really big cup, it would serve as cup, dish, plate.
Like more of a bowl cup.
Like that
Then that could-
bloody beer glass you were drinking out
Yeah.
of on Saturday, which you couldn't get your hands round.
No. Okay. So a large cup.
Yeah.
There's going to be loads of things we're going to think about when we stop this.
I think we need a knife. Because if we were going to
Oh, no. Well,
cut
we
a
need-
coconut open or...
We need a very sharp knife that we can use for everything, really, don't
Yeah, including killing each other after we've had a big row over the bucket.
we? Sharp knife, there you go.
We'll have to have a bucket rotor. I'm going to have to... Right, I'm going to have to take a whiteboard with me now.
A whiteboard? A whiteboard?
So we can have
To
a
make a rotor?
for bucket rotors.
Right.
And
yeah.
those nice pens that smell of pear drops.
Oh, the bald
Markers,
markers you're on
yeah.
about. That's not going to last 10 years, is it? But
Maybe after a while we'll just remember that you do Bucket Wednesdays and I do.
yeah, I suppose you won't be writing it all the time, will we?
No.
Okay, so we're on to See, we've got fanciful and luxury. Clothes going under that. That's what I'd say. It was more luxury.
Fluctuate.
I would say it's more of a practical. Brain's going again. Practical.
Was that a cross between practical and luxury?
Yeah.
That's a little bit practical. It's going to go on the list. It's going on the list.
Luxury. It's a new word, folks. Use it and enjoy it.
Right, what you got on your
Right.
fanciful list?
I haven't yet. I'm just thinking, what
goodness
are the clothes that would make sense to take? Even though it might be a luxury, I wasn't. We're going to be naked. That doesn't matter. No, I'm having clothes on the bottom of my practical.
I'll tell you what I've got on my fanciful. Slippers. Maybe that's because I'm sitting here with cold feet and a blanket on my legs. But I feel
Probably, yeah.
yeah, slippers would be nice.
But
It's home comfort, isn't it?
can we go back to my clothes though? Because
Come on, then.
I mean, what would you take? I mean, it
You don't
might be
wanna
an
be
island,
you
and
don't
I don't
wanna
want
be
to be
naked.
naked. So it's got to be.
Who's on this island? We didn't really establish. If it's just you and me, would we mind that much?
Well, I think you need a bit of comfort, a bit of. Then that sounds like it's coming under luxury, doesn't it? Then we're going to end up. We could be wearing clothes to get there at the start, I suppose. So it won't be really on the list, will it? So we just have to wash what we were wearing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen the film Castaway?
Yes. I don't remember it all. So what's first on your fanciful list?
Chocolate.
Oh, of course. But again,
And-
that's not going to last, is it?
Diet Coke.
As one? Oh no, you got was two different items.
Yes. Well, I'm going to have a delivery in advance. I'm going to have a crate. No, not a crate. What's those?
What, a big container?
Yes.
Taken over with a helicopter.
Yeah, a container.
Actually, it'd be quite a big helicopter, but
I was
yeah,
on
well,
the-
it makes
I was
sense.
on the phone to Fee yesterday.
But you're only doing that to make sure we'd have to be friends all the time, so I got some chocolate.
Yeah. I was talking to Fee on the phone yesterday, and they went, "What's this?" And this sound came on the phone. I said, "I don't know, what is it?" They went, "I've just opened a Diet Coke." I think, "No, I can't get it here." Yeah, I've got Diet Coke and chocolate.
Would you really need Diet Coke? I mean, if you're going to be there, you're not going to be eating that much. You could just have full fat Coke, couldn't you?
I prefer the
But then,
taste
but then
of
again,
Diet Coke.
yeah, so do I. And also, if you're having all that chocolate, what would I take?
Well, do I have to take the scales now, though, to keep an eye on?
No.
All right.
What's under fanciful luxury? Deodorant.
Really?
Again, it's not going to last very long. But I suppose I could just keep dipping in the sea, so I probably wouldn't get that smelly.
And who's going to smell it?
Well, only you, I suppose, if it is just us two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still taking my slippers.
And could we get away without soap? Could we just wash it in the sea? There is some, is it sap or whatever you can get from some plants that's soapy, isn't it? We
There's
might get
something
away with
called
that.
soapwort, which is a plant.
We'd have to be lucky that there was some of that on the island,
Yeah.
wouldn't we?
Or take it among your seed collection.
That's
You
an
can-
idea.
You can wash your hair in soapwort as well.
Yeah. Soapwort.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a plant.
Soap. Is it W-O-R or
Yeah.
W-A? Soapwort seeds, there you go. Soapwort shampoo. Soapwort uses. Oh. Suggested bronchitis
Oh, you can eat it.
for cough, inflammation of mucus and membranes in lower and upper respiratory tract. Well, that don't sound very good, does it? And it's very good for apparently poison ivy, acne, psoriasis, eczema and boils. Well,
Well, along with
that sounds like it
growing,
would do very good on the medicine side as
yeah,
well.
if we're growing cloves.
So soapwort would be a good one to take.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to put that on my practical. Or unless it comes under seeds.
Well, it depends. Well, if I can have a shipping container full of chocolate, I think you could have a fair size envelope full of seeds.
Yeah, I'm thinking, we're going to put that soap water on that list.
Yeah, and cloves so far.
Yeah, and cloves.
Rocket.
I don't want to writing this down like it really matters.
We'd be like, if there's an apocalypse tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'd be like, hang on,
We've got our list.
I've got to get my list.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so we've worked that bit out. That's very good actually, I've got nothing on my fanciful yet.
No, you haven't.
So,
I noticed you haven't got Duncan down.
well, it depends if it's... Actually, yes, no, he would come under practical, because he can do everything.
We would need a bucket.
Duncan would have to come as a luxury.
He'd
and
set us up a whole loo arrangement like you've got in your garden anyway.
Oh, can you imagine it? He'd be brilliant, wouldn't he? He'd set us up for everything.
You know when you watch those films, like Tarzan films, where they people get lost in the jungle and then just stay there forever.
Yeah.
And they've got these huge tree houses, haven't they? And these,
Yeah.
We wouldn't have one of those. We couldn't put a chicken coop together. We'd have to take Duncan with us.
I do know how to make a Wendy house out of a sheet over a couple of chairs though, but I'd have to have a couple of chairs, wouldn't I?
Oh, I think a hammock could be
But
nice.
that's a good idea. A sheet done that way, that could be used for anything.
Yes.
It could be used for picnics. Picnics, sleeping on it.
Well, therefore, it will need to be a red
As
and
a
white.
tent.
It needs to be a red and white checked sheet. Otherwise, we won't be able to have a picnic on it. With our one spoon.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't even got a spoon. Oh, no, that's going to have to be my other practical spoon.
Oh,
Or a spork. A spork.
Oh, that's good.
A spork would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my spork.
Right, okay, so far I've got Duncan and a sheet.
All the luxuries a woman would need.
See, I'd take my sewing machine, but there's not going to be enough electric probably.
Oh, you just have to pay me for some more solar panel time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take my sewing machine.
Then you could
you
make
never know
clothes
what...
for both of us.
Exactly. I'd say I could make them and sell them, but be no one else to sell them to.
You could take fabric with you.
Yeah, but I'm taking a sheet already, and it's
You
a lot of
can't-
weight. It's a lot of weight.
I've got a shipping
Well, that's
container full of chocolate.
Keep reminding me.
You're only
Okay.
taking a rucksack, are you?
Yeah.
We're not flying Ryanair.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Right, sorry, no.
A
Sort
shipwreck.
yourself
A
out.
shipwreck. We're on a cruise.
Yeah.
I'm setting the scene. We're on a cruise. So we've got lots of fancy dresses and things.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but
No, but I'd like to
no,
get at least
yeah.
3/4 of the way through the cruise, so that we get all the nice stuff first.
I
And
thought
then
you was
we-
going to say,
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you was going to say, I thought you was going to say, I need at least three fancy dresses. I'm crying now.
Oh dear.
Right,
So yeah, 3/4 of the way through the cruise, we then get shipwrecked.
yeah.
But all the food from the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe not. Maybe a quarter through. So there'll still be 3/4 of the food left then.
Yeah.
Rolls in the water. Washes up ashore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we've got that's all our food,
That's the
including
plan, as long as it does that.
the chocolate and the Diet Coke could be in that.
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
fabric.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
Well, you could.
fabrics.
There would have been plush curtains.
Yeah, exactly. I could take
Lots
all the
of
curtains,
sheets.
lots of sheets. Yeah. And
Yeah.
somehow we'd have to just get that.
So
there.
everybody else dies, but the whole contents of the ship lands on our island.
Right. Okay. So. What about music? We need music,
Well,
don't
this
we?
is
Now, I
why
suppose
I've
that's why we got the phone.
This is why I've got my phone, because what I do have is all my music, my go-to-sleep films, which is very important.
Mm.
What else would I have with that internet? Well, music films, some Audible, and some podcasts if I downloaded them before there was no internet.
Yes, it'd have to. Oh,
Oh,
Kindle on my phone. I'd have to make sure that was on my phone, but that comes under phone then, doesn't it? So basically, there's a lot of things you can make sure was on the phone.
yes.
So that's not any extra
Which
things.
is, I tell you what, if there's an apocalypse this afternoon, I'm going to be really pissed off my phone's died.
He's died. Yeah. Oh, I'm running out of fanciful stuff.
Well,
I don't necessarily. Slippers are. I could probably make some slippers, couldn't I? Out of some
you
leaves.
could, yeah, you could make slippers.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to
Well,
make
I'm obviously
me a
going.
whiteboard?
I'm going to need thread as well.
Yes.
So fabric and thread. I'd have to come. Although, yeah, that wouldn't. I probably wouldn't get that off the boat. That's the trouble. I'd have to
Thread.
make sure. Yeah, I wouldn't have to. I'd have to make sure there's some in my bag. It wouldn't last forever, though, would it?
No. You might have a travel sewing
Well,
kit.
it's. How long was that going to last?
5
No, I
minutes.
need a huge roll of thread.
Yeah.
Or coil of thread, whatever. So that will do for everything. Obviously, I don't needle-wise. I'd have to. Yeah, we'd have to use it on the machine. So.
I'm now thinking fishing rod.
Well, you'd need.
Or would I just be vegetarian?
You'd need at least a hook to go on the end of.
Some of your
No,
thread
no,
off
no,
your
actually-
spool.
Well, just thinking about it, the rope and the thread. No, you'd have to take some sort of rope, wouldn't you? So I think that again, that should come under practical, really.
Well, we wasted our practical on a bucket and some medication.
Yeah. Well, this is where if I could share your bucket, I could take some string.
If I can take the whiteboard where I can have a bucket rotor, I'm happy with that.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to put string instead of bucket then, yeah? We're sharing stuff here. Like string.
Okay. You've
Alright.
got string.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
But we've just got to make sure we are doing this together, or else we're going to be totally lost. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to need much more fanciful. I'll probably think of something later.
Well, I did have photos.
Oh.
I would like a couple of photos of the family or something, just to remind me of how they look.
Yeah, yes,
I
yes,
could
I'll
put
agree
that
with
on
that.
my front screen of my
Yes,
phone.
that could be on the phone, see that? No, that's...
Yeah.
Take that back. You could have more than one then, couldn't you? And what about matches? You've
Can't
got to
you
get
have, 2 Boy Scouts together.
2 Boy Scouts. Oh, okay, so we've got to take 2 Boy Scouts. I think it'd be more practical to take a box of matches
Yes.
and just hope they last.
Yes.
Or do they go in your container with your chocolate?
Could be a. It could have been a ship on
Right, okay. What did I say?
Brighton May. Is it Brighton May? The way matches.
Bright.
Brighton
It is
May.
Brighton May, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 4 to get on me fanciful.
3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6, but I've got 2 I haven't declared yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 7. I'm going to have a hammock.
Yeah, well, I'd sort of said that about the sheet because I could use that for a hammock and as long as it lasted.
And I'd quite like a film screen.
So you're going to borrow my sheet now, aren't you?
Well, I thought your sheet was red and white checked, so we could
Oh,
have
well,
picnics.
that's the point.
You need a plain white sheet
Yeah.
to put up for a film screen.
Well, we'll have to have a plain picnic
And a projector.
blanket
Forgot about the projector.
and a projector.
Oh, I might just have to watch them on my phone.
Yes, see, again, the phone is their life's
Well,
your phone.
It is. Think,
And
if
we've
we
just
can't...
got to hope it lasts for a long time.
Well, yes. What time is it? My battery's died already today. Yeah, solar panels. If we didn't have electricity, then the list would be much longer because there would be things like books that we'd want to take to amuse ourselves with.
Charger, cable. Ah. Where do we plug it in?
Well, we're taking Duncan, aren't we?
So that, so that means we've got to
Plug it into Duncan. No, just
so that means we've got to take a PowerPoint thingy to go with the solar panel. What's the chances of that?
well, this cruise that we're on,
Mm.
we're actually on it because rather than just being the chateau electrician,
Right.
Duncan is now the cruise ship electrician.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's we get a discounted cruise as his wives
Right,
because
okay.
he's working on the cruise as an
Right.
electrician.
Yep.
So
Yep.
therefore, Dunk would get shipwrecked with his bag of tools.
Yeah. But he's still not got one of those
With
power banks.
Well, no, he would. He'd have all the cables in there.
Oh, it's in there as well.
Yeah.
So
What's those
that'd
big
be
rolls
Dunk-
of
Dunk
cable?
plus bag.
Dunk plus bag. Dunk without bag, absolutely useless.
Yeah. So now I'm alright with my charger cable, but I then need a plug to plug the charger in.
Well, yeah, these things in the movies, right?
But then in Castaway he didn't have a phone or anything, did he?
No, he didn't.
So I'll be just being a bit too
But
hopeful.
He did end up talking to a football.
He did.
Well, so.
But then he was on his own as well. There'd be three of us.
Yes. Yeah.
There must be other ways of making electricity.
Not two Boy Scouts together.
Yeah. Well, I'm running out of ideas for me fanciful.
Yeah, it's
I
strange.
won't
isn't it?
need makeup.
Once
Yeah,
it
makeup.
comes down to it, how much do we actually need?
Yeah. A hairbrush. I'm not even sure I'll bother brushing my hair, just use my fingers.
I might actually finally grow my hair long
Mm. Why not?
and a beard. Look. When did I say I plucked my chin?
I can see a few there, Sharon.
When did I pluck my chin?
I don't
When
know,
did
actually.
when we saw Adam and Mark. What was that?
Oh, right. Yes, so it's just
Wednesday?
under a week ago, yeah.
No, I've already got a hairy chin.
Now, that's another podcast, another day. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Would you mind though about all the hair going wild? Would you want to take some kind of safety
well, I dare
razor?
say mine, I would be joining you, so mine would be the same. It'd be Duncan I'd be feeling sorry for. Living two bearded women. If only we rolled up on the island, it'd be Duncan
You
with
wouldn't
a
have a
beard
tidy
and us.
downstairs, would you?
No, I wouldn't have a tidy downstairs, no.
And Tommy's been with his hatchet through the bushes to make us a house. And
Yeah.
then they'll have to use a hatchet. You'd have, yeah,
But that would probably be in Duncan's bag, though, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Though electrician doesn't usually carry a hatchet or an axe. But maybe I'd just say, don't forget that. You never know when you might need it.
Yes, yeah. Are we becoming what they're called? Those people who survivalists. Now you've done this. Are you thinking of getting a kit together?
No,
Oh, I don't know.
I'm finding it too hard work.
Because you know the survivalists in America
Yeah.
that have got those underground things in
Yeah.
case the end of the world comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
bit.
did do that once. I think when we weren't sure what was going to happen when the clock struck,
Oh, what,
for the year
2000, yeah.
and it was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
All the computers are going to die.
Yeah.
So what I did do is I put some loo roll and a bag of rice in the loft, and I got some cash out. That was it.
So, where was you going to spend this money?
Well, I didn't know what I'd have to barter for.
I mean, we won't really need a towel because the sun will dry us. Only thinking about that now.
Oh, yes. I'd end up with athlete's foot. Is there
I'm assuming you're not taking the cats with you.
Oh, bless. More practical to take chickens, to be honest.
That is very true.
Because the cats,
They
they're
can
just...
fend for themselves, the cats.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. They could come with
Well,
us.
chickens could as well, but then we need them for eggs.
Yeah. Cats are just take, aren't they?
Yeah, can you imagine being on an island with two cats and all you're doing is running around after the cats,
I'd be like,
feeding the cats.
Wow.
Right, are we done with this podcast, do you think?
I think we are.
Yeah.
I think we should ask people in the comments to tell us what they would have had on their list.
That's a good idea.
On the glasses.
Oh God, we need the glasses. That would.
I wouldn't even be able to read what's on my phone.
See, that's our practical list is full up though now.
Well, I'll put it on my fanciful.
We've obviously failed at this list miserably, but can you tell us in the comments what would you take? 10. You've got 10 practical and 10 fanciful. We'll see you in the next podcast. Bye.
Duncan will be pleased he made the list. Bye bye.